this little, so make sure to dive into this. It's a great opportunity.
Yes, it is open to everyone.
It is open to everybody. I think they were
Also, the 16th and 17th, the new chapter in New York City is having their launch party. They're doing a 2-day event, which sounds like it's gonna be pretty fun. So mark the calendars on that one because they get some information.
yeah.
Does that mean that you're actually going?
There might be.
Are you doing it?
Yes.
It's gonna be exciting. I went to one
Do
in
you-
Savannah.
Vince, repeat what he said for the people on Zoom because they can't hear all the way back there.
On the
16th and
On the
17th.
16th and 17th, the New York chapter is doing their launch party. So it's a 2-day event. And if you want more information, email Joseph. That's awesome. Oh yeah, so I went to it. I was with, I think it was Jay and Kyle. We were down in Savannah, and there was a bunch of us down there, and we got some of the people that these chapters are bringing in, honestly, are just unbelievably epic. Like I literally went there to listen to Jeff Saturday, and I love football. He was the center of the Indianapolis Colts for Peyton Manning's entire career. And it was epic to listen to this guy, the stories that he had about, say, Peyton Manning and how to build a team and kind of, it's not just about real estate, it's about growth, and it's a really cool group of people. So definitely dive into it. K-Score, Keller Williams School of Real Estate. This is huge. One of my favorite things about Keller Williams is the way in which it forces us to change our thinking. And what they did with Keller Williams School of Real Estate is they literally said, how can we help break down the barriers of, and I know we always say real estate has a low barrier to entry, but the sum, $4,000 to get licensed or $2,000 to get licensed is a difficult amount of money to save. And I totally get it. This is completely free. They completely made a real estate school. They partnered with Kaplan. We're allowed to say that, right?
Yes.
I think
Too
you're
late.
I
required
think you're
to.
required.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to say that now.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not allowed to say. So this
There's
will
a
be
lot of
My
regulations.
foot will be in my my foot will be in my mouth by the end of the day. So Kaplan, we partnered with Kaplan. They're actually the largest provider of real estate school across the country, which I didn't know. And
Training in general, yeah.
and training in general, but we partner with them. If you want more information about this, send an email to Laura. You'll fill out a form, and then they will get a link
Nope.
or a code. Here you go.
So the code is not distributed, but she will set up a time to meet with your person. That's to create kind of a good experience to create a good experience from the beginning, that they're coming in, they're meeting with us. We're going to walk them through the process of getting signed up. That's Laura. So Laura sits down with each of these people that are coming in. Sarah Waycaster, I know, has referred a couple, right? Yep. So she knows kind of how the process is gone, but we're able to track their progress in the course as well. So definitely, if you're interested in it, you know someone that's interested in getting into real estate, it's a great way to start building your downline as well. So
Anywhere in the country.
anywhere in the country, we can connect them.
And it's free.
It is free,
Completely. free.
completely free.
Which is why there's a process that market centers are having.
Correct.
It's not just a free for all. We want to make sure, because again, partnered with Kaplan or not, the K experience starts sooner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they don't have to join KW, but we want them to, right? So
Yep.
that experience is important.
Yeah, if it's a fit.
If it's fit, right?
That's probably one of the best things about it is it's the whole point to creating the real estate school or creating that relationship was, again, to give more people the opportunity to change their life through real estate. Because everybody sitting in this room, their life has been changed by real estate in some capacity, right? I know mine has. I don't even have a license. Now I guess I'll go get one. Right?
If he ever completes it.
Yeah, I tried to, but I couldn't seem to get through it. I'm not smart enough.
We'll be tracking you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
We'll make sure to keep track.
2024, here I come. So, but again, it's a great, I mean, I see a lot of team leaders in here too, Maymakers. It's a great way to get people into your world, right? I mean, it's a huge, huge leverage piece. On top of that, there's what's called the KW Prep course. Who knows Molly DeMatos? And she teaches bold, she's a bold instructor. She's become the director of something,
Dean.
the
Dean.
dean of the school. I would
Director
never
of
wanted to
something.
end up in the dean's office. A few times. So that's a story for another time. So Molly's a rock star. She created a course called KW Prep. But the whole idea of KW Prep, and again, this is included and free all within the real estate school, where they actually, instead of just learning about the legalities of real estate, they'll have the opportunity to learn about what is lead generation, what's time blocking look like, get them set up, what is a database, and how do I send information to my database? How do I actually build a real estate business as compared to how do I make sure to stay out of jail and not talk to Joseph, right? So it's a huge opportunity.
That starts December 1st.
That's what-
Current agents can take it too.
Anybody can take it.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. The real estate school itself, though, is live, correct?
Correct.
Nice. What's coming up,
Who gave you a
Kristen?
microphone?
I'm supposed to go like
Joseph
this.
or both of y'all?
Come on up.
He didn't know he was talking.
Either
This is
that.
fun.
You should.
So here, you can say a couple words.
Did you see that? That was a suggested close, by the way. I should say a couple words.
Say a lot of words.
All right, so next Monday, and yes, we realize it's the Monday of Thanksgiving. If you can't make it, it'll be recorded and sent out, but we did want to make sure that we got everyone together. I did send out an email last week about moving into the operating principal role in Mount Pleasant. And so we're going to be, as we have been over the last year, talking about how we can combine talents, have resources of working together. So this meeting is an opportunity for all of us to get together, kind of share with you what the leadership team will look like. It's not a matter of having, I think what we did before is we try to combine systems and not talents and learn from that. The goal of this is to everyone be kind of on the same page of how we look and grow Charleston as a whole. And talking to a lot of you, it's been interesting how we've done a lot of mixing with trainings and stuff like that. And the energy's been great. People really love working together. It's kind of nice to start removing the bridges a little bit, for lack of a better way to say it. It wasn't like a bad thing. And so what we're gonna be talking on Monday is kind of what that looks like for you guys from a support standpoint. Nothing really changes, honestly. We're still gonna have, I mean, the main thing starts with the agent experience, right? And you said something yesterday that was pretty profound, which I don't normally give you credit for.
Whoa.
It was, the growth of the company is based on the growth of the agents, right? I mean, people want to join a company based on with whom they're surrounded. And as we saw on our leaderboard, we got anywhere from 10 million to however many hundreds of millions
170.
that we'll do here. And what we want to do from a leadership standpoint is provide the possibility for you to grow the way that you want to with your business. I'm not trying to be vague. We're just working as a leadership team to say, here's what it's going to look like. That sort of thing. So a lot of the same things with the mission of the company for you guys to basically have an atmosphere to grow your business, whether it's 10 homes a year, 1,000 homes a year, that we're providing that for you. But we want to make sure that we're transparent about it, clarity, so you guys understand what it all looks like. So here, you can add whatever you want to that.
Yeah, I think you said it all. It's gonna.
It will be recorded and sent out if you can't make it. And we'll be talking a lot about it.
Do you want me to take?
What would you say is the number one? And I've talked, bless you, I've talked to a lot of agents, but what's one of the things that's like the best part about being at KW? What would you say?
Very much a close community.
Yeah, it's like
A lot
the
of
people,
support.
right? It's the people. And one of the things that we realize, the culture, the people, all these, the collaborative aspect of the culture. One of the things that we realize is that we haven't done, whether it's Mount Pleasant, whether it's West Adelaide, like we just have never done a great job as a leadership team, continuing to grow the best part of KW, which is the collaborative nature of all the amazing talent that we have. The value of the market center, the value of KW is not the leadership team or the infrastructure or some of the resources. All that's good, great, and grand. The value is each and every one of you. And everything that we're doing is working to continue to make it easier for everybody to build great relationships. Like I said it earlier, go and talk to those individuals like a Sean that took 40 some, or had
Close
40 some
units.
closings or something like that last month. Go and talk to
46.
them. No, it's collaborative. Go and talk to John Crompton across the bridge, who's going to close, I don't know, close to 28 or 30 million on his own, and finally is hiring an admin like he should be doing. So like go and talk to those people. And this vision meeting and some of the things that we're doing behind the scene is meant to simply bring everybody closer to capitalize on the best part of KW, and that's each and every one of you.
you look at it like, I think
Give
this is
Joseph.
a perfect example. This is a perfect example of the community growing together. Sorry, I know I had a couple things, but it's a few now. You know, I had a big aha. If you look at the KWYP page, they have a ton there. It's one vision, one calendar. I can't remember the rest, but it's awesome. That's multiple communities that come together as KWYP. They have the Low Country chapter, which has its own autonomy. They have the different chapters. It's the exact same thing. I mean, if you think about it, Jay got up here and said, hey, this is what we've got coming, and it listed 3 other chapters or 2 other chapters of what they're doing. And it's that kind of community that we're seeing that is really advantageous for people coming together. And I think that's kind of a model that they've followed very, very well that we want to help do, again, to grow your experience. For you guys.
I love it. So come to the 22nd. It'll be at 11. Lunch will be provided. It'll be a great experience. Not to mention, it'll be a great opportunity to network with fellow KW agents that maybe you don't know. Pick their brains. Awesome. Next. Oh, you're talking now.
Oh,
I can take the slide. if you want.
what did you do with
I broke it.
broken? All right, so just a heads up, the office will be closed Thursday, November 25th and 26th as well, Thursday and Friday. Excellent.
I'll do this.
Okay,
Great.
as you notice, we have a jam-packed calendar. It is also in the Facebook group as well, so I won't bore you guys with going through each day, but we will have this as, I think it's the cover photo each month so that you all know what's going on. It's also on the Google Calendar as well. That's definitely the place to go for any Zoom links. What's going on is your Google Calendar. Annual Christmas party, December 10th. So it will be at True Look Island. We're doing an oyster roast. We'll have other food there as well, vegetarian options as well. I have to say it. And then we'll just be hanging out, having fun, some beverages as well. And then another thing to note on the holiday party as well is that KW Key is having something on December 17th. More information to come. It's 11:30 to 1:30.
Probably do a luncheon up there, just so that, like a drop-in luncheon, so that everybody can continue in that area, get together and collaborate
Perfect.
and celebrate the holiday season. It's gonna be great.
And they've been with us a year now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
KW Key is, they opened officially in March, but officially the team up there that started it all was January.
Yeah,
So
it's awesome.
be one
Ryan
year
team.
almost.
Love it.
All right, today, 12:30 to 3:30 CES, day 2 of Lead Generate Like a Millionaire.
And I'm gonna interrupt real quick
I'll
because at
skip.
4 o'clock, we've got a happy hour for Kristen, who's getting married in a couple of years. And Fort Beach does have a
Not becoming
price
one.
limit tab, so you can come and get snacks, beer, whatever, come celebrate Kristen and just say hello and then leave when you need to, so.
Exactly, very casual, very casual.
She's gonna be actually up on that platform above the bar. She's gonna be up there opening all the
And
gifts.
she will-
Starting at 4:30.
Yeah.
If I am gonna be up there, I need a crown then. as well.
And staff.
So a sash as well. Tomorrow is the last day of Ignite, but it is all things MLS, and Greg is leading that up in the other room. He probably hears me right now. But all things MLS. So if you're newer to the business, or maybe you just need a refresher, we invite you to drop in. He's an expert of MLS, so please drop in. We encourage you to. 1 to 2 stand out with stunning marketing tools. Scott Leroy, I always say it. They have great classes, so make sure to attend. December as well, we have, they've already announced their regional calendar for CES. So one of those, which we've taken before, is the Art of Selling with Style, so DIS. Learning,
Awesome.
yes, so Cynthia Matheny, you want to
Yeah.
talk on that?
How do you say her last name?
Matheny.
Matheny, do you want to say anything on
Yeah,
that?
sure.
Because I know you will.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best courses. Well, I say this about every course, but the disc, who's taking the disc? Can't sit down. A lot of people.
Okay.
So the disc, the whole idea is personalities, right? We have to meet as sales people and as people getting into a relationship with people, we have to meet people where they are. And the easiest way to do that is if we understand their personality, read their personality, and then even better, understand our personality, right? So this course with Cynthia is one of the best courses you can take all around personality and how to communicate more effectively. So definitely get into that. Because by the way, every time you're sitting across from somebody at a listing table, you're communicating with them, correct? You're having a dialogue, you're having a conversation. If you can better communicate to them, is that going to help you get the listing?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So dive into things like that. It's amazing.
All right, awesome. There is also wealth building the real estate way. Not exactly sure what that entails, but it
Sounds
sounds like a
nice.
good one.
Yeah.
Facebook
Yeah.
leads in 24 hours or less and train the virtual trainer with Holly Prescott.
Oh,
So,
that'd be cool.
yes. And take it
All
away.
right. In the numbers, my favorite. I might as well take a chance.
Should I go?
So this is all through October. And so this is KW Key, this is Chucktown and West Ashley. When we talk about these numbers, these are all the entities that are a part of KW Charleston, West Ashley, which is exciting. In the month of October, up 89.97% year over year, which is unbelievable, right? I don't know what the market was up. I think the market was just about flat in October. Mag, you know that number?
October.
Yeah,
That's close.
yeah.
Down.
It was
Oh,
down
there it
a
is.
little
It's
bit.
right there. Never mind, 8.7%. Never looked at this
I
graphic
didn't know
before.
you were gonna
She-
Never looked at it. I thought it was close. Yeah, never looked at this.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Captain Joseph.
Yes,
8.7% down, which is fascinating. We were up 90%. An easy way to think about this when you're talking to clients or using this and leveraging this in your listing presentation, right, or your buyer presentation, for every 10 homes that we sold last year, we've sold 9 more this year, right? For every 10 homes that we sold last year, in the month of October, we sold 10 or 9 more this year. That's a big deal. Not to mention when we think about how that corresponds to the amount of money our agent base is making, right? If we said the average GCI is $9,000 right now, $9,500, right? 9 times 9 is what? 81. That's $81,000 more than the following and then the previous year. That's awesome. That is a really big deal. So it's exciting when we think about this. Keep going. Closed volume. That's great. In the month of October, we're up 100%. So we've doubled our volume in the month of October. The market's up 3%. Does anybody know what the average, how much is the average price increased over the last year? 16%. Right, so some of that is in here. The reason I pay so much attention, I think everybody should pay so much attention to their units, right? Volume matters because it's what we get paid off of. When we pay attention to our unit growth as compared to our volume growth, we have more control over our business, even more so our listing taking growth. But if we're looking at our volume and only our volume, it's a very market driven statistic. So if our unit growth is up 0, but our volume is up 16% and we're making more money, what does that mean? It means our business is basically flat. Even though we made more money, it was the market that helped us make more money. It's a dangerous way to play the game, if you think about it, right? Because now you're susceptible to market fluctuation, which, by the way, it's a market, it will regress to the mean. I don't have a crystal ball, but I don't think anybody does. Listings taken, this is awesome, 50% increase. The market, though, is down 5.3%. This is for the month of October. Again, although this is a great number, I'm big into scuba diving into numbers. Like, okay, that's a good number. Tell me more, right? Let's understand it at a higher level. That only represents, although we're up 50% listings taken, only 16% of our agent base took a listing. There's a challenge there. There's a huge opportunity for us as an agent base to talk more about strategies to take listings, because they are out there, right? Month to date and year to date GCI. So month to date is on the left, year to date is on the right. I mean, this is pretty cool. 99.7% increase in GCI for the month of October. So our agent base made double what they did last year in October. That's pretty cool, given the fact that we're going into the holiday season. That's an amazing, amazing statistic. 143% increase year to date. When we actually look at this, and the leadership team went and was talking about kind of 2022 and some of the metrics that we constantly look at. What's fascinating about this is when you look at the actual number that this increase represents, At the end of 2019, the agent base as a whole did $2.8 million, $2.9 million in GCI. Last year, just shy of 6 million. This year, we'll close about 14, maybe $15 million at GCI, gross commission income. So in 3 years, this amazing agent base, 2.5 short years, actually, let's call it 3 years. This amazing agent base has literally increased their GCI by 5 times. That's an amazing, amazing statistic. Let's give that a hand. I mean, we got next profit share. This is also a really good one. So for the month, we were down 16.5% in the month of October. Somebody's spending too much money. Just kidding. But profit share year to date, up 252.1%. That's epic. And again, the reason that matters, we'll probably share just shy of, man, what do you think, Joseph? Just shy of 140,000, maybe 150,000 in profit share, maybe 140, which is amazing from sharing. I think we shared 60,000 last year, 66,000 last year, to 150. And next year, the goal is to share more than $380,000 of profit share. So it's a really, really exciting thing to see, because we're seeing that hockey stick curve. And many, like I'm looking around the room, there's a lot of individuals in this room that I've seen a hockey stick curve in your business, right? You're working, and a couple of years in, all of a sudden, the systems, the models that you've implemented take hold, and boom, you take this hockey stick curve to the moon. And that's kind of what we're seeing in profit share and GCI. And it's a really, really exciting thing. So if you're not getting your unfair share of profit share, talk to Winnie, our director of growth, talk to me, talk to anybody on the leadership team. And let's talk about strategies to build your profit share. I love it. All right, my favorite part. Come on up, Sandra. Holy smokes, let's go.
Did they surprise you too?
Yeah.
They tend to do that.
I've never prepared more. I mean, I texted them this morning. Let me make sure.
First of all, I'm terrible when it comes to public speaking. It scares me. I'll do my best.
This is a safe room here. You hold this.
All right.
So, you can hold this part too. So, real quick, a little bit of backstory on Sandra. Last year, you joined. When did you join? You joined less than 12 months ago.
Yes, probably around March.
Yeah, around March. And at that point, he was still working another job, still are kind of a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And he had closed a couple of deals prior.
Yeah.
And he said, and me and Winnie myself and Winnie were talking to him about kind of what was it that you're missing? What are you looking for? And he talked about training, he talked about education. He really just talked about focus, right? And time management. And he's capped already. He capped in his first 8 months. So let's give a good. When I looked at the numbers from July to today, Sandra has closed more than 9 or 10 deals or something crazy just in that short period of time. Again, you talk about the hockey stick, right? He was engaged. He was talking to Delisha in career development. He was talking to Winnie. He was diving into all of the trainings. And then all of a sudden you saw in the first 3 months, nothing. And then all of a sudden you saw, boom, this hockey stick curve that took him to the next level. So with Sandra, what would you say? I'll ask the questions as I asked you. So
I
just in
didn't
case.
rehearse them, so go ahead.
Yeah, oh, cool. Me neither. I don't even know where they are. So, I mean, again, you've had the best year in real estate you've ever had.
Yeah.
So what would you say you're most proud of over the last 12 months?
The most proud of, well, I would say is I had this moment when one of the people I sold a house to, they invited me to their birthday party. And she was in the microphone thanking everybody, thanking her mom, thanking God. And then she thanked me for help her with the house. And that, meant a lot to me.
Now, is that unbelievable?
Joseph's gonna cry.
Yeah, so that was a pretty nice moment. And also see the people because I was in the car business before. And I wanted to get to a certain level. I wanted to be a finance manager. And I've been grinded at the car business for 7 years. And they just didn't see it. They didn't think I was a good fit because I had to talk to banks all the time. And they didn't think I was a good fit to talk to banks about a $20,000 transaction. And now look at me, you know, talking to banks about $300,000, $400,000 transactions. So now these people see me, you know, on social media, and they're like, "Oh, he's doing so well, this and that." So that made me feel good too.
That's all. Let's give it. It's gracious. I love this. This is great.
Are you about to graduate?
Yeah, yeah, it's just awesome. I remember sitting across the table and it's like, it was awesome. It's, to be totally honest, it's probably one of my favorite thing in doing what we grind and do every day from a leadership perspective in market centers. All the stories that we've heard over the last 12 months and at each team meeting, it's so cool to see that they're real, right? It does impact. So Lissandra, what do you think has been the biggest contributor to your success over the last 12 months, 8 months, really?
That joining Keller Williams, that's one of the main things. 'Cause
That wasn't rehearsed.
yeah, no. I say it because I mean it. I've been doing real estate for, this is not my first year. This is 3 years. First year, I only sold one house. Nobody called me from the office to thank me or not to thank me, to congratulate me and nothing. Second year, only 2 houses, you know? And then third year, I was like talking to my dad. I'm like, "Dad, I'm quitting, man. I can't do this anymore." And then what I'm gonna give this broker a last chance. And look, you know, so
Crushed
Give him another hand. One of the biggest challenges that you face as you can do, I mean, you just talked about wanting to quit, and it's funny, I've talked to a lot of agents, like Jessica Lucas, we've had her as a spotlight agent last year a bunch, and she talked about just about to quit. She just needed a different thought process or a different perspective, and now look at her now. She's got a team and she's on that leaderboard, and look at you where you have become or where you've come from and all that good stuff. What would you say was the biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
one of the biggest challenges for me was letting people know that I sell real estate. Because sometimes, especially when you're new, you feel like you don't belong. You know, like I don't know if I should tell them that's a real estate or not. And then something that I started doing when I was in the car business, I broke the barrier. Everybody, I sold a car too. I give them a car. Hey, I sell real estate too. That only got me like through the 2 transactions that I talk about the second year. I got into doing that. But I think that's one of the biggest challenges, is just let everybody know that you sell real estate. So now every time I talk to somebody, I try to talk about, let's say, I always ask them, what you do for a living. They start telling me, and I'm already waiting for the question. What do you do? I do it on purpose. Everybody know. Yeah.
I love it, man. So you talked about, how did you change your thinking around it's okay to tell people, hey, this is what I did?
Well, because I really feel that I'm helping people. It's just, when I was in the car business, it was just a transaction, selling a car, but I didn't feel like I was helping anybody. But, selling people a house, I know that in the future they can sell it and make money while selling their house. They're gonna, raise their kids over there. So I know I'm doing something good.
Yeah, that's awesome. How has Delicia Career Development, because I know in talking to Delicia, talking to you in the past, I know in talking to Winnie, because she's been really instrumental in some of your support. How has that support system that you've put around you been instrumental in you taking things to the next level?
Well, again, with my previous broker, nobody would call me. Nobody would say, hey, how you doing? What can I do to help you? And that's one of the reasons I wanted to quit real estate, because I felt like I'm by myself here. So when I started with Keller Williams, as soon as I joined, there was Winnie texting me, hey, swing by the office, let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about what you can do to improve. And then after that came Delicia, and every time I have a question, I can call her, text her. She's always there for me. So yeah.
That's awesome. So the support has been just
Yeah.
instrumental.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to in 2022? What are the goals?
So helping more people, and the thing is, I focus more on the Hispanic community because the Hispanic community is a community that a lot of them don't know how to even buy a house, don't even know the process. Because, you know, they come from different countries, so the real estate transactions over there are totally different. So I wanna teach them more, you know, I wanna spread the knowledge so they know more and help them get more help.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it.
That's cool.
It's funny, one of the things that Gary Keller talks all about in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, he talks so much about this concept of talking to people, lead generation, we hear it all the time, but in that book, he talks about changing our mindset to one of helping people to see if we can help them as compared to calling them and being a hindrance or just a nuisance, right? And it's so cool to hear how your shift in mindset has allowed you to talk to more people because you truly believe you're helping people.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, if you were to give anybody here sitting here in this amazing crowd and then on the Zooms, some advice or a piece of advice, what would it be?
Piece of advice, and I got this from a book that I read. It's called something about marketing. It's wrote by Seth Godin, and he talks about focusing about one specific group. Because you know, when you get into real estate, you are like, I want to sell everybody. You know, I want to sell, but if you focus to a specific group, in my case, I focus to the Hispanic community. I think you'll do better, and slowly you start spreading this. It's not stopping that.
That's an amazing piece of advice, by the way.
Yeah.
This idea of hyper local, or this idea of somebody that I'm already connected to, you've gone to the Hispanic community because you want to connect with them and you care about them and you speak the language, right? And so it's logical, it makes sense. And I think that's a great piece of advice. Let's give Sandra a huge hand. Yeah, good work. Way to go. Well, that was epic.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody. That's all we got. Oh, do you have something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some exciting news, finally. Command Mobile is coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is exciting.
So I want to share with you a little bit about where the development team is. I'll take that. With all that. So officially this morning, they have turned the current version of the app over to Apple for review and development. What we expect from that is they'll have it for a week or two. They're going to find a few issues with it, and they'll send it back to us to correct those issues, and then we'll be able to go live. What we're thinking is that will be about mid-December when you guys will actually have access to it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's been perfect for Christmas. The first version is not the final version. That's really important to understand too. The first version is going to be somewhat simple in what it does. It's really just about you connecting to your database so that you're on the road, on the run. But there are 5 planned phases for Command Mobile over the next 18 months. So it's going to be enhanced quite a lot. So this is something we've all been waiting for quite a while, and it is on the precipice of being released. So we're very, very excited about that.
I posted in the Facebook group as well. So go look at the video if you want to see kind of what it looks like.
Can I ask a question? Is Kelly gonna update to Command Mobile, or do we delete that app?
That we're still unclear of at the moment. That's really going to depend on Apple and Google. We are hoping that it's just going to update from Kelly to a new version, but
Okay.
you may have to delete that and download a new app. We'll let you know.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Tell Moses is out there too.
All right. We got Mo's. So go and
Lots
eat.
of it.
We appreciate being in business with each and every one of you. Truly humbled. It's an awesome experience to constantly get to stand up here and talk to you all. And it's absolutely probably one of the most exciting parts of my life, that's for sure. So we're humbled. We love being in business with you. As always, if you need anything, call us, text us, come bang down a door. We're
It's
here.
at 4 o'clock.
Come join us at 4 o'clock.
I'll be there.
For
Cold
beer.
beers.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a cold beer.
All
I'll be
right.
there too. See you.